All right, we'll go ahead and call our Bryan County Board of Commissioners April 8th meeting to order. If you would, please, we'll stand to an invocation and pledge of allegiance, and then we'll start our meeting. If you join me in prayer, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for this opportunity to come and represent the constituents of this county, Lord, and just be with us as we make decisions and to be the best decisions for our constituents, to represent them, Lord, and be with our first responders, firefighters, and deputies as they protect us and keep us safe in this community and other communities around. Protect those guys and be with them as they're out doing their job. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Join the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming today. Appreciate it. I don't think we have any elected officials here. We do have some people, I think, signed up to speak. If you want to, we usually do it at the end, but if you'd like to go first, you can come up and speak. Yeah, if you'll, I just saw somebody speak. That way you don't have to sit through the meeting. You can do what you want to do if you'd like to come and speak. If you want to wait till the end of the meeting, you want to speak now? Okay, yeah.
But you can stay till the end.
Yeah, you can stay till the end of the meeting if you want to. I figured,
you don't have to leave. You can.
I wasn't sure if I was like,
Huh?
if I was the only one.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Yeah, well, you give everybody an opportunity so that you don't have to sit and watch paint dry with us. Anyway, if you'll just state your name and we'll give you 5 minutes to say whatever you want to say.
Sure, thank you. My name's Melissa Johnson. I'm at 63 Sweetwater Court in Richmond Hill. I came before you guys a few months ago regarding a drainage issue on the side of my property. I have been at this for well over a year, trying to get the county's help to deal with the drainage and the water issues. And the meeting did come out, they reviewed it, and they made it seem so glorious that they are gonna come in, grate it so the water comes out, and I'm like, finally, right? Well, what ended up happening is lines here and there, and my situation is worse now than when they came out. Now I have two little ponds going down the side of my property. The water's not flowing. A drainage ditch is meant to have the sewage and the water flow, and this ain't flowing. There's like brown algae growing on top of it. Like, it's disgusting. The water is deep. There's, obviously mosquitoes and insects that carry, and I hope I don't have to see y'all next month too, but like, I've been at this well over a year and my patience is just like out. So I'm looking for your help.
Ms. Johnson, I went over there with the Public Works when you talking about a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I think we spoke to your husband a little bit.
Yep.
And they've been there and done some work since then.
Yeah, they did a trick through, that's what happened. Like, there was no grading. It was, let's just dig out a tiny 4-inch trench to let some of the water go through. And they dug it perpendicular to my property, so now the neighbors on my other side, their water's coming down, and now I have like a secondary pond here. I brought pictures. I mean, the water goes probably at the deepest end up to my calf. Like, there shouldn't be that much standing water, and now there's fish in there. Like, something has to give.
Okay.
When we went over there was discussion about the pipe that actually went underneath the gravel road. Maybe the elevation on it was.
Yeah, they said,
was
yeah,
not
it's higher.
correct.
That's what, yeah, and they said
And
that
the water
they
won't
would.
flow through the pipe because the pipe's higher than where the water's standing.
Exactly, but all on my property,
Huh?
like,
Whose road is it? Whose road is that?
It's the Sweet Hill Road, but it's where the pavement, it's on the gravel portion of the Sweet Hill Road.
Who owns that? Is that
I
belong to the
don't-
neighborhood?
I don't know.
well, that's the other thing. So the email that I got this week, they want me to take this up with my imaginary HOA. We don't live in an HOA. Like, I don't even know why he would recommend me talking to our HOA. We don't have an HOA there. This is like county drainage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and we usually don't make comments, but
Yeah.
yeah, we understand. And I know it's just a rainy time of season, so you probably can't get in there with equipment right now. We'll have to wait till it dries up a little bit and, until,
It's just getting worse.
well, I know, but
Yeah.
they can't get in there with equipment. And so, yeah, I know it's been addressed.
It
but I
wasn't
mean-
bad when they came, like, in terms of, like, they could have gotten equipment in there now. Now I've got a river, like,
We don't have, the folks I went with over there are not here
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I told them I'd be here.
That's okay, they don't usually come, sometimes they come.
I
Yeah.
went with Keith.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, yeah, and then, we'll get it addressed. I'd like to know who owns the road, because if the neighbor, if that gravel road, we may own to the pavement ends, and if it turns into, because it just goes around, right, it comes back out to 144?
Comes back out down there.
It comes
about where
back
the
out.
coast-
Yeah, that's right, so
Yeah,
I'd like
but
to know
I'm
who.
more, but where my water issues are is all grass in between properties.
Yeah, but if it's not
There's
getting
no
out
road.
and somebody's, that road, we need to find out who owns that road. But we'll look into it again. And
Okay.
They'll
I'll follow
continue.
up on it
Yeah,
because
we'll follow up.
That was not my district, but they asked me to ride over there with them, and I told them I'd be glad
I
to.
appreciate that, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Have a
All
good
right,
follow up.
thank you for coming too.
Thank you.
You're welcome to stay. I didn't know if you wanted to stay or not.
I've got Aaron's the run, thank you.
All right, thank you for coming, Ms. Johnson. Right here. You want to add this to the,
Agenda is the following is presented with the following changes. We delete item number 1 for executive session, and secondly, we add a consideration of a settlement agreement with Joel Paskalauskas as an additional county attorney agenda item. And I probably did not pronounce that name correctly.
all right?
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you. We need the approval of our 2025 meeting minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the March 2025 meeting minutes as presented.
Okay,
Second.
second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries, thank you. And Jeff was taking care of his kids, he's not running late, so thank you, Jeff. All right, we need the approval, let's see, we did our consent agenda. Approve our consent agenda, please.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Second, any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, okay, that meant items.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to close this meeting and open public hearing.
Second.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries, all right. First up, Victoria Schuman, amendment for a final plat for Black Creek Farms West, Lot 5, 5.7 acres, parcel 0291-036.
Good evening, gentlemen. Item number 1 for community development is a major amendment to a final plat of the Black Creek Farms West subdivision and Lot 5 specifically. The applicant is, again, the county recognizes 2 major subdivisions. You have the major subdivisions and then minor subdivisions. Normally, just a simple lot split could be handled administratively, but because this was a part of a major subdivision approved by the Board of Commissioners, it does require the board's approval. So the recommendation from Planning and Zoning and staff was for approval of the plat subject to the condition that the property owner file an application with the county's Public Health Department for final review and approval of the individual septic system, and that public health approval will be needed prior to the recording of the final plat. And this is located on the north end of the county at the corner of Homestead Drive and Olive Branch Road. And you can see the overview map here. It is zoned RR 2.5, and it's about double the size of most of the lots in the Black Creek Farms subdivision. So this subdivision meets all the zoning requirements in the RR2 zoning district, and I can answer any questions you may have.
Anybody have any questions?
I'm good.
All right,
Thank
thank you. All right, next up is the abandonment of Willie Road.
Blitchton Investments One LLC has submitted a request to abandonment that will be known as Bryan Logistics Park. This was formerly referred to as the Conley Davis Industrial Park. And with the site development plans that have been submitted, they are proposing 2 new access points onto Eldora Road. Currently, Willie Road only services what was formerly referred to as the Conley Tract. It doesn't provide service to any other parcels. And so staff has determined that there really is no public benefit for retaining it. The point is recommending approval of their request to abandon this right-of-way.
Okay, anybody have any questions for Amanda? Forced new alcohol license, is somebody here to speak on that or no? You are? Okay, if you would like to,
License, this is for Black Creek Golf LLC. They have purchased the Black Creek Golf Course up on the north end of the county. Shyman and Isaac Katz are the owners and operators of the LLC and have filed this application. They are requesting for the sale of beer and wine only. It's found that it meets the county alcohol ordinance requirements, and so we are recommending approval.
okay, anybody have any questions? Now, ma'am, if you'd like to come up and speak, you can. You state your name for the record, please.
Kylie Warren Morgan,
Okay,
and I just work for Isaac and Shimmy, and we're trying to get Black Creek Golf Course and the new pro shop and stuff going, and we need the alcohol license for
Okay.
that.
and that's just beer and wine?
Yes,
Are they gonna go back and add,
they will want to.
Okay.
Once the pro shop, but we don't have that built
Okay.
yet. We have a, what's it called? Engineers, it was older. We have to,
okay.
all right,
All right,
thanks.
thank you. Anybody have any questions?
Thank you.
Nope. Okay, thank you, ma'am. All right, we'll go back and vote on these items, so we need a motion to close our public hearing and reopen our scheduled meeting.
Make a motion, to close the public hearing.
Second?
You can't go home yet.
Trying.
All right, you second it?
Yeah, second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, we'll go back now and vote on these items. First item up, Victoria Schuman, the amendment of a final plat for Black Creek Farms West, Lot 5, 5.71 acres, parcel 0291-036. We need a motion on that.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve this item with staff recommendations.
Second.
Um,
You got to read that?
yeah, we need to read those, recommendations into the minutes, please.
With recommendation that the property owner must file an application with the county's Public Health Department for final review and approval of the use of an individual septic system. Public health will need to be obtained prior to recording of the final plat.
Okay,
Second.
Second.
second, okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, next up is our abandonment of Willie.
Specified portion of easy for me to say, of Willie Road, and to authorize the chairman to execute all necessary conveyance documents. Specific.
All right, did you second?
Yeah.
Okay, any discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you, that motion carries. All right, next up is Black Creek Golf LLC, new alcohol license on premises Sarah Beer and Wine and, well, not distilled spirits. It says distilled spirits. It's beer and wine, Black Creek Golf Course.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve an alcoholic beverage license to Black Creek Golf LLC to permit sale of beer and wine for on-premises consumption.
Second.
Second, any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. We're down to our non-public ordinance to amend the zoning map for 2.5 acres, parcel 030-020-05.
Good evening again. Yeah, this is the first reading of an ordinance to amend the zoning map for 2.5 acres located on Rambling Creek Road. Again, this is a first reading only, so it will go to planning and zoning next week on April the 15th and be back RR1. And you can see the existing zoning map there. That can answer any questions you may have.
Anybody have any questions? No, this is first reading, we don't take any action on this. Okay. All right, next up, Matt Hollingsworth representing James Stanfield, first reading ordinance to amend the zoning map for plus 8 acres at parcel 014-019-06.
Yes, this is another application to rezone, and this is a first reading as well, so no action will be taken tonight. Mr. Hollingsworth is requesting to rezone from the A5 to the RR 2.5 in order to subdivide the property to build 3 single-family homes. This will again go to planning and zoning next week for a public hearing, and we'll be back before the board on May 13th for your decision. And this is located on IG Linear Road, very close to the Bullitt County line, and I can answer any questions you may have on this one.
Okay. They're gonna put 3 houses on that, on the back side of that?
Yeah, so they're proposing to subdivide the 8-acre
Okay.
tract into 3 different 2.5-acre lots.
Okay. All right, any comments?
I'm good with it.
Okay. All
There's
right,
enough room for the driveways all to be the specified distance apart.
Yes, sir. The proposed subdivision does meet all of our spacing requirements and frontage requirements for IG Linear Road and the RR 2.5 zoning district.
Good, thank you.
Okay. All right, no questions. Thank you, sir.
Second.
Second, any discussion on that? No discussion, all in favor say aye. No discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, thank you. Next up is our first.
Aye.
All opposed, thank you. Next up is our first reading of ordinance to amend the code of Bryan County, Georgia by adding Article 3 Hotel Motel Excise Tax to Chapter 26 Taxation.
Item 2 is, this is a first reading, so no action can be taken tonight. This is the required first reading, required 2. This is an ordinance to amend the code of Bryan County by adding hotel motel excise tax to Chapter 26, the taxation code. As you know, we're getting one of our first hotel in.
That's a when there's no. That's a when there's no. Okay.
Item 3 is a proposed task order that includes the survey, design, and construction phase services of improvements for the Harris Trail and Timber Trail intersection. This is for the installation of a stop-and-go traffic signal at that intersection. Our recommendation is to consider the approval of the attached scope of services and authorize the chairman to execute the corresponding task order in the amount of $227,600 for these services associated with this intersection improvement.
Okay. Take a motion on that.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the attached Thomas and Hutton scope of services and intersection improvements.
Second.
Second, any discussion on that?
This was originally,
This is probably a 9 to 12-month project once it's designed.
Yeah.
we are going to make some improvements to the intersection as far as,
We'll go up Timber Trail far enough that we will not have to do any adjustments before laning through, so we got that into that.
good, very good.
Serve that projected growth.
Okay. All right, we had a motion and a second. Harris, thank you. Next up is the county attorney items. Harris, thank you. Next up is the county attorney items. Aaron, or?
Ed will cover the first two.
Wow.
How y'all doing? So for county attorney, item number 1, we have consider approval of a declaration of taking, order, and resolution to condemn property